In the end, only member states can mold the United Nations into the global instrument that humanity needs to help it respond to the global challenges of this century. The question is whether the nations of the world today have the wisdom to come together and do that. To do so, they will need firm, clear-sighted leadership from leaders who can look beyond the narrow national interest and articulate a global vision, and who will have what President Roosevelt, whose vision was so central to the founding of the United Nations, called, and I quote, the courage to fulfill their responsibilities in an admittedly imperfect world, end of quote. Such leadership cannot come from one country alone, but the world will surely look to the United States to play its part. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce Sara Rodin, a senior in the Elliott School of International Affairs who will graduate in 2 weeks with a bachelor's degree in International Affairs and a concentration in Russian and East European Studies. Ms. Rodin has recently been awarded a Fulbright grant to study the influence of youth political culture on foreign relations in Estonia, and she will move to Estonia after graduation. Then in the fall of 2007, she will begin graduate school at Harvard University. Ladies and gentlemen, Sara Rodin.
On behalf of the student body at the George Washington University, it is a great honor to thank the Secretary General for being here today. If I may be so bold as to say so, the Secretary General and I have something in common. We are both serious students of international affairs. Of course, a more accurate way to convey this point is to say that the Secretary General has earned the equivalent of several doctoral degrees in the field, while I am counting the days until I receive my bachelor's. Nonetheless, I hope the Secretary General will permit me to compare myself to him in the sense that we both recognize the need for enlightened thinking, progressive development, activism, and engagement in public service. I hope the Secretary General will also permit me to say that one day I and the other students of the George Washington University hope to be able to follow his footsteps as a diplomat and global citizen. One of the lessons that I have learned in my time as a student at GW is the importance of innovation and vision in leadership, of countries, of companies, of NGOs, and of international organizations. The Secretary General's leadership of the international organization is an inspiring example of creativity, commitment, and integrity. From the establishment of the Global AIDS and Health Fund, to initiatives to improve the status of women worldwide, to efforts to work towards a peaceful solution between Israelis and Palestinians, the Secretary General has continued to invigorate the United Nations and lead the organization with honor. One of the many wonderful opportunities of life at GW is the chance to meet visiting dignitaries, and I am thrilled to have the chance to meet the Secretary General. For me, meeting the Secretary General is especially meaningful because, like many other students in the Elliott School and at GW, one of my first encounters with foreign affairs was visiting the United Nations headquarters in New York. With that, I will thank you again, Mr. Secretary General, for being with us today and for providing students throughout the world with your supreme example of leadership. Thank you.
I can only imagine what they just said to each other. Thank you all for being here on this wonderful day. Now, if the audience would please rise for the academic recession. Thank you and good afternoon.